exclusive, prestigious, and only at club members' fingertips. Gravitas.
Yeah, so this project is located off of Camden in Beverly Hills. It's for a private members only club, so it is not open to the public. And it's a huge building that they took over that has a lot of things to offer to their members and specific ways of what they want to offer them as far as entertainment and fine dining and more of just the concierge and giving them the high-end treatment of being able to walk in here and feel like they're definitely an important person. So what we did in this project was the wine cellar that is up on the catwalk there. And then also we did a locker room. And so this is their bar area. There's so many parts and sections to this space. It's massive. This is 3 bottles deep, and it's 2 enclosures on the catwalk. And so first off, the way that we were able to work on this project is we were brought in by George Kelly Architects. And George Kelly Architects is a architectural firm in Los Angeles, and they do amazing work. They brought us in, and we also worked with the general contractor on the project, which is PWI Construction. Both amazing companies to work with, and the execution and everything that they did to be able to bring this all together in such a short amount of time was absolutely mind-blowing. What we're looking at here is the catwalk. And so what you're having is your clients are down in the bar area being able to look up at this wine display that is lit up, and they have all of their favorite selections in this catwalk area. That you have 2 spaces, 2 enclosures, one on the left and one on the right side, that is separately temperature controlled, that gives you a very high-end display look that allows people to see it from all around the lower level. They always had the concept of having a wine cellar in this venue, and what they wanted was something that's going to attract their clients to want to keep their wine there when they have parties or when they dine there, consistently having meetings and business meetings and dining with their family, because the display that you see there is for the restaurants. It's for Gravitas. And then further, we're going to look at the locker area, which then that is for their clients. And it's going to be their personal wine that they're bringing into Gravitas to be able to store and use whenever they're there. Because a member, if you're going to be a member, you're going to want to utilize this venue as much as possible for your business meetings, for dinners, for birthdays, for anything that requires a special touch to whatever you're going to be doing for that day and wanting to enjoy the life of luxury. This is where you're going to go. This is their wine that they're storing in these display areas. And then we also have an area that is specifically for their private clients that they would be storing their wine there. And so that second level, it's an area that kind of brings you into some more private dining areas around that second level, along with the display area for the wine. And then they also have additional bars and private rooms all around this upper level. It's a very big venue. So what happened was George Kelly Architects and PWI Construction, George Kelly had the idea with the owners of Gravitas that then came up with all of these elaborate displays and areas to be able to showcase things. And basically what we did was we jumped in and helped with them for that design to make sure that it goes in and functions properly and making the proper adjustments to make sure it's a functional wine cellar. Inside these enclosures, if you can imagine, we are using a vertical rack mount system, a VRM, which is a twin evaporator coil, because these enclosures are somewhere around 15 feet long, I think 175 or something like that. So I can't just have one evaporator coil on one side. I need to do even cooling. So we have a twin evaporator coil, one on the left side, one on the right side. So the cold air is going to meet in the middle, and you're not just expecting one cooling system to be able to cool such a long space. At the end on the right side, on the interior, up against the glass, that's where the cooling unit is located on one end, and then there's another box that we made on the other side that the cooling unit is on the opposite side. And two compressors.
Wow.
So one compressor per two evap coils, and then so 4 total, 2 compressors. It's difficult, but it's also what we do and the mechanical portion. But especially in a huge space like this, you just don't know what options you have of where to go, because there's so many tunnels, so many different walls adjacent to wherever you're thinking that you could utilize. And it's just a team effort, really, to be able to accomplish what we have. And everybody works together to get to the end goal of having a functional space. But yes, we were able to go ahead and design something that worked out for everyone. What we have are the Vino posts. So they're floor to ceiling, a wine racking system. And so they ended up using the black on black. And then there are LED recessed lights into the wall behind it that illuminates the enclosure. So it's a really nice warm feel that came out great. So dual pane custom steel doors by Made in Steel, and they are dual pane insulated, weather stripping, yes, the whole nine. Completely built for this specific space. Okay, so the amenity room is where the locker towers are. And the locker towers are roughly about 40 feet long on the long side, so 40 foot long, and the other side is about 20 foot long. Well, what we ended up doing is we have these CTI systems. They're 15,000 BTUs each, and there are 3 evaporator coils each. And these we have 3 E's. So we have 2 15,000 BTU systems with 6 evaporator coils that are inside the locker tower area on the interior, and they're all surface mounted to the ceiling. There's one entrance into this. Like I said, we have 6 evaporator coils that are spaced precisely where they need to be throughout the location for the storage of the lockers, allow us to get the perfect cooling throughout the interior space. That's the interior side. And then you could see up at the ceiling there, we have the evaporator coils. And so those are the evaporator coils. So you see 2 of them currently in this photo. And so the evaporator coils are surface mounted to the ceiling, and the air blows down and return air comes in from the side. There's lighting recessed into the walls behind each vertical column of lockers. And then the locks that are on there are all Bluetooth capable, being able to utilize an app and unlock each specific locker utilizing an app. It's very intricate. It takes quite a bit of time to be able to program something like this, but it's exactly what they wanted in order to be able to give their clients a peace of mind that they can have access to their locker at any time, and they are the only ones that'll be able to access it other than the staff. Yeah, absolutely. It was new. And the lockers that were made were done by Made in Steel. And so what we had to do is work with the team of Gravitas and the SOM as well, as far as what they were looking for and how they wanted it to be utilized for the client and for the staff, right? And so once you have those aligned as far as how it's going to be used, then we were able to look for and also get recommendations for a specific locking system that would be able to give them exactly what they required for the service. And so, yes, it's quite a bit of research and in-depth research is figuring out exactly what options there are out there. This project was amazing to be a part of because this is going to be like a landmark in Beverly Hills. Their private clients and the type of parties that they're going to have here. So being a part of the project for Gravitas was amazing.